evening to welcome. I can do it again. Good evening, welcome to Take two. Good evening and welcome to Weather Fans Live here on this Sunday, the 27th of April 25, with myself and Paul.
Me! Hello, everyone.
G'day. I need to retake that live again.
I know, 2 weeks on the trot, you may as well sign me up to a new contract.
I won't go that far.
No, I'm only on a part-time contract. Yes, welcome, guys. I'm here for another week. Yeah, cool.
Oh.
What?
Oh, we went. Oh, I thought like.
Oh, I was like, do you?
Yeah. It's going to be one of those.
I think it's going to be quite a straightforward forecast today.
Until we get to the later part this week.
And that is when the interesting stuff happens.
Indeed. There's a lot. Well, let's talk about our UK weather, but more importantly as well, we'll have a look at the US as well, because things are really picking up tomorrow. We'll have to take a look at that a bit shortly. But we'll go through all the UK stuff, the latest, and we'll go through the charts and potential for maybe Thursday, but we'll take a full look at that in just a few moments.
That's going for Friday as well.
Was it into Friday as well? Has that been?
Yes. There's variability. I'll come on to that when I go through the short range stuff.
Yeah, no worries. So good evening to our mod James, PJ. Good evening to you. And good evening to Audio Coffee.
Evening, Audio. Try and get everyone in.
So Audio's saying the weather's nice, so I guess everyone's outside taking advantage of it. Fair play, really. Also, it's the last day of, I think for most people, if not all, it's the last day of the school holidays as well.
Yes.
Oh,
the yellow ones here.
I hate the nice weather. Can we skip the hot parts and go right to the storms already? Well, we need that heat build up to give us the energy in the atmosphere.
Exactly. We need the capacitance.
And I think I mentioned this earlier. It's the team. We need this heat keep building. And obviously, it's been so dry. You're going to get all that energy stored in the ground, and we're just waiting for that moment, what the right system set up, and things could really go bang eventually. I'm beginning to get what rain looks like now. Yeah, it's been very dry recently. Last Monday. No, sorry, it was Wednesday morning. We had that weather front coming through parts of England and Wales in the early hours of Wednesday. And that,
we had a bit of that up north as well.
I think I had about 10 millimetres from that. That's the most rain I've had in one day, probably since maybe January, February, when we had the floods.
I was going to say the last time we had some proper decent rain was when that front stalled across us. When was it, March?
Yes, because it started as a line of showers to the East Midlands, and as it pivoted round, it just got into a line and just produced one or two lightning strikes.
Yeah, it was stuck up alongside the Pennines, which is, it's not rare, but it's, it's because the wind was coming in off the east and meeting the west and blah, 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 blah.
Yes. Yeah, after that rain now, I think I'm up to around about 24 millimetres since the start of March. And that's not really that much at all. So that's what, 8 weeks? Would be 8 weeks now. Yeah, 8 weeks.
I think we had 4 millimetres up here. Because I check on the Environment Agency, because there's a weather metering station just a bit further up the valley from me, up in Heckman Dwight. And they had 4 millimetres the last time we had any rain. So, alas, my poor little plants are withering away.
Yeah, I've just had to water the garden so much. Actually, I'm just trying to think back now. We had the skip in the garden, and then that day we had the skip. We had actually heavy showers that day, and I think a few days later the weather just turned dry ever since. And obviously by then I've started planting all the flowers and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's been about 3 or 4 days where I've not really had to water the garden.
No, same here, mate. I put some water on the plants couple of days ago, but until today, we've not had no real decent sun. I mean, it's been lovely today. I think we reached 20 very briefly, and then it cooled down again. But as we all know, this week is up, 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 up. But
Indeed. Well,
you
I'm
to
looking
go
at
up,
the second.
does it
And
fall?
our yellow friend snuck in. Good evening to Rachel.
Good evening, all
Yellow
yellow.
or orange behind me.
That
And also, good
I was
evening
the
to
scientist.
the one and only. Good evening
Evening,
to
Mace.
you know what time it is. Good evening, Steffi. I got hopeful when dark clouds built up yesterday, tea time, but alas, they passed over any rain. Oh dear. Yes, it could be part of that weak weather front that was just dying a death towards our west. Obviously, it's coming into that high pressure, it was just decaying, and I think it did go a little bit overcast for a short time here as well. So just probably about 20 miles, perhaps down to my south.
And our, or should I say, my fellow Yorkshire brethren, send it. And Dan.
Good evening to send it. Oh, not this again. That buzzing sound gets me every time. What's buzzing sound is that?
I think it's the, what is it? That Steffi thing.
Oh, is it some part of the audio?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday evening.
Yeah, cheers, send it. I was going to say, regarding water, actually, all the reservoirs are quite full around here. I put in our group chat the other day that I left a message on social media to Yorkshire Water, and they said that the capacity of all the reservoirs are 92%.
Exactly, because we had quite a wet winter. We had quite a lot of flooding, haven't we, as well?
Yeah, I mean, the last of the flooding was round about, well, widespread was New Year's Day, what I can remember.
I'm thinking, February into February as well. Do we have some? I can't remember.
Maybe there was some further south, but from what I remember up here, New Year's Day was the last significant thing we had. I am indeed. Send it. I'm from the west of the Shire.
Right. Invoke the spirit of the council gardeners with their lead mowers to cut the grass.
I'm dreading them coming outside my window tomorrow morning, because I just know, with it being a Monday, they're going to turn up when the sun's nice, and I'm trying to have a nice nap, trying to get some extra Zeds in, and they'll come out with lawnmowers at 8 o'clock going, eh. So yeah.
Even the Yorkshire Tea is out in full state in important weather fans. Paul being a fellow Yorkshireman, I believe.
I am indeed.
There's a happy Yorkshireman after today's football.
I am indeed. 5-1. Oh.
And also the title as well to go with it.
Indeed. I'm not going to boast about that. Not until the 25th of May when we actually get the title at Anfield.
Yeah, it's been a horrible year for Man United fan because Man City could potentially win the FA Cup as well. So Man United barely above the relegation. So it's been an absolute shock of a season for Man United people.
Villa got beaten, didn't they? It was Palace who went through.
Yeah.
Surprised with that. I was really surprised.
Anne Smith saying that's good to know about Yorkshire Water. My allotment supplies are rapidly running out. No supply down there. Is it the case of bringing your own watering can and taking it with you, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Anne's in York.
Or 5-gallon thingamajiggy.
Just get an extended hose pipe away from your house and just drag it along the street.
Siphon it.
Yeah.
Or get into
good evening to suit you, sir. Suit you, sir.
Yeah. I was expecting some bad weather. Yeah, they had their marathons.
Yeah. It's been quite a warm one.
Was last
I've actually, when I lived in London for about 6 years, I used to go up and support the runners. I think one year, I think it might have been 2006, 2007. It was that warm. I actually got sunburnt. It's about 23 degrees.
I was going to say, I think it's about as sunny now as it would be in mid-September, something like that.
What, the sun strength?
Yeah, it's about that, isn't it?
About the end of August.
By the end of August.
Yeah.
End of September. Well, I say it felt really nice today. I mean, I took my hoodie out with me, but I didn't need it.
No.
Just like put it on. I was like sweating me head off, keeping it clean. Yes. Have we got any pictures or anything like that to show?
I've not looked on Facebook actually in the last few days. What I will show is
the thing, all the American stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the UK stuff, then leave the Americas till last. So
Yeah, sure.
lights pop up on the screen now. And just put us along the bottom there so that I can go full of. So this, what we're looking at here, 2 meters above the ground. So this is the latest as of 7 o'clock, so fairly recent. So what we've got temperature at the moment, we've got temperature around 20 degrees around the London area. And running it through into Norfolk, around about 18 degrees, up towards Norwich, a sunny 16. Well, is it a sunny Norwich? It is indeed. And towards east of Ipswich, also clear and sunny. Let's move down. There's a few bits of cloud there towards High Wycombe and Buckinghamshire. Then Eastbourne. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at, but is that the moon?
Chuff knows.
So towards Hampshire, 17 degrees. We've got blue skies there over towards Sturminster Marshall. And towards the southwest, temperatures are about 14, 15 degrees, still pleasant. Left the Tor, looking glorious there. Up towards the Bristol Channel.
Clevedon.
Blue skies there, 17 degrees, heading up towards the Welsh borders. Into Wales itself, about 14, 15 degrees. There could be still the legacy of that cloud. We'll have a look at the clouds in just a second. Through into the Midlands, 17, 18 degrees. Let's have a look at that camera if it's available. No, I think because the Birmingham banner is right over it. It keeps hovering over the Birmingham.
Try and zoom in a little bit.
Let's try that.
There we go. You don't want to have it, does it? Really don't want to have it. It's Stratford.
Let's try that Rugby then. So, yep, Dunchurch, blue sky. The M1 Junction 20, blue sky. Over towards Leicester.
21. Looking fairly nice.
Up the road. The M120, the 21A Kirby
Muxloe.
So it looks sunny there as well. The weird thing is, I've zoomed in there and that camera's disappeared.
Got another one up there near Telly, haven't you? Up near Telford.
Yeah, let's have a look at that one there. That's Norbury, Staffordshire.
That was splendid.
It's looking very green, so I'm guessing it's clear skies as well with all the sunshine around. So through my neck of the woods as well. Hello, Pussycat. It's around about 18 degrees here in the heart of England, really, Staffordshire. Towards Stoke-on-Trent. It's looking very clear still. Let's zoom back out. Head further north. The M18.
It's up near Rotherham, that. Hell of it. I don't know where that is. Looks nice, though.
I'm assuming there might be some cameras around your neck of the woods as well in Yorkshire.
Oh, no. Yeah, there is actually. If you come up, there is one. Oh, there's a few there on the M62 actually.
M62 Junction 23 looks sunny.
Just outside Huddersfield. And that's up at
Junction 22.
Windy Hill. That's at Windy Hill. That is looking towards the farm. That's where the farm's in the middle of the road.
Is that it there then, the farm? Then?
That's it there, mate. Yeah, because it goes off one way, and obviously you got it coming over the other. You got a reservoir just off to your left as well. And then beyond that hill there is where Scamenden Dam is. Where's the Barnsley cameras? There's one just off the M1.
Where's
Barnsley? Right in the middle. Okay, going to your left.
Oh yes, I can see it.
Dodderf.
Dodderf interchange. Plenty of blue sky there. Just some. Over towards the Wirral. Bidston Lighthouse, looking. I can't tell really with the sky there. Maybe hazy there. But yep, temperature around there still 15, 16 degrees. Up through Manchester around about 17. Let's have a look at York because we've got and up in York at 19 degrees.
It's all right. So
Blackpool around 13 degrees. Where we're looking at there. Looks a bit cloudy towards Y.
Why not?
Why not? Yes, indeed.
17 degrees here.
So, yep, 17 degrees. Up through to Scarborough, 18 degrees.
I think they've got a bit of fern effect there.
Let's have a look bit further north.
Pennines sinking and then rising again.
It's a bit cloudy up in towards Deeside in Scotland. Looks a bit cloudy there towards central Scotland. So let's move across, and it seems cloudy over towards Scotland. There could be that weather front towards the northwest of the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 15 degrees still in the northeast of Scotland. Up towards Inverness, around about 12 degrees, and one of our highest points there. Let's bring that down slightly. Yeah, it's cloudy there. Let's actually have a look at the clouds. Should be able to get the. Oh, sorry, satellite. That's what I need.
Satellite, that's the one.
Let's zoom out. So yeah, much of England and Wales under the clear skies. West Wales, as we can see, under that clouds, as well as much of Scotland as well. Parts of northern England, there's a few breaks in there. But what's expected is some of that, as this high pressure builds up from the east, just not see more the way of clear skies.
Indeed. So I think that cloud will be getting eroded further north as we go through tomorrow, and maybe.
Yeah, so let's see if it does the future with this.
Why not? No, just having a look there. Unless you press next on the right, bottom right. I don't think you will. Let me have a look on the UKV.
Yeah.
Try and find my mouse first. There it is. Yeah, so.
Right. Just got popped to the front door a second, Paul. Would you be able to just.
Yeah, if you put me on screen.
Have a look. Yeah.
And I'll go straight.
What's the name on?
Are you all right?
There we are. I'll be back in just a moment.
Excellent. When it comes on. It's not on the screen, Michael. There we go. Brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, so just having a look through the comments. As you can see, there's the UKV on the screen there. So yeah, indeed, Sandy do need a few thunderstorms for the breakdown, which might come to in a moment. I'm just going to go through the UKV, the arpege, and the icon, as well as the multi-model temperature charts and all that malarkey. Yeah, but it's a nice evening out there, as we just discussed. Temperatures around about 16 to 18 degrees at the moment. So yeah, I'll go straight into the UKV. So as you know, this is UKV 15Z run. Just updated, so the ink might be still a bit wet on this one. As I was saying about the cloud, looks like there's going to be a bit of high cloud overnight, We'll have a look at the fog fraction in a moment. There we go. See if there will be any. Could be a bit of fog, like there was this morning. Probably across the Midlands. Probably be around about 800 meters. So it'd be in terms of mist, maybe over the higher ground or in the valleys even. Could be a bit of fog, but I would imagine that will get burnt away quite quickly. First thing, temperatures, nothing to write home about except in like the Chilterns, down towards the Malverns and the Cotswolds, 5 to 7 degrees, maybe the odd 3, maybe over the Mendips. But elsewhere in the big towns and cities, you're looking double figures, so 10 to 12 degrees in the towns and cities, but outside of that, you're looking 7 to 9 degrees. Cloud. Let's go back to that. There we go, excellent. So, yeah, that cloud, bit of high cloud there tomorrow, much like today, really. Let's go quickly to humidity. You can see there, it's not going to be overly humid tomorrow either. So it's going to be much like today where it's been pleasant in the sun rather than muggy and humid like it usually is in late spring, early summer. Quickly go to the temperatures. Temperatures a couple of degrees up on today. London could get the hottest day of the year so far with 24, maybe 25 degrees. The Midlands 21 to 22. Also over there into East Anglia, possibly in the Cambridgeshire Fens. You're looking 23 degrees somewhere like Peterborough, Cambridge, March, Ely, somewhere like that. On the coast, just that a little bit cooler with that possible onshore breeze, but as soon as you come inland, you're looking 20, 21 degrees, possibly a 22 somewhere, maybe towards Sheffield, Doncaster area, maybe Nottingham. But elsewhere, yeah, like I say, possibly between 16 and 20 degrees, except up in the north where it'll be around about 11 to 13 degrees, maybe 16 and 17 in Edinburgh, Glasgow, possibly up there towards Aberdeen and them coastal towns there. And then off the top of my head, but it is what it is, So yeah, then right, let's go back to that. So cloud again coming in overnight Tuesday. Could be some fog again. Let's have a look at the fog fraction. Not as much fog on Tuesday. I think that's more because the high pressure is building in. So we'll have a look at right now. Yeah, because it's got the high pressure there and the winds are quite slack and coming in from the south. So minimum temperatures, once again, in the big towns and cities, 11 to 13 degrees. Out of town, you're looking between 5 and 9 degrees in the countryside. So 12 there in London, which would expect, possibly even to 12 somewhere along the west coast. But up in Scotland, 7 to 9 degrees, maybe the odd 10. Same for Ireland as well, between 7 and 11 degrees. So let's go into Tuesday. Once again, cloud lifting into high cloud. Possibility of a small little shower there in Western Ireland. Temperatures, once again, the temperature now spreading more widely further north. Scotland between 15 and 21 degrees. I would say 21 in the more bigger towns and cities, and possibly 15, 16 in the more rural areas, shall we say. The Republic and the north of Ireland, you're looking between 19 and 22 degrees. Northern England could get up to 24, possibly 25 degrees. Somewhere like the Vale of York, down in towards Lincolnshire, possibly somewhere east of the A1. Across on the other side, 23, 24 as you're getting that heat funneled up the Cheshire Gap. Could be a 24, possibly 25 somewhere to the west of, I don't know, Birmingham, Dudley, somewhere like that, over towards Telford, maybe 24, 25 degrees. Even there down towards Exeter and Devon, into Devon and Cornwall. Somerset is looking like 25 degrees, maybe possible, as well as over towards London as well. But Cornwall, you're looking 19 to 22 degrees. A bit of an onshore breeze as well, a bit of a sea breeze developing. Quick look at Tuesday night. That cloud once again coming and going. Just go back 2 hours and look at the fog. No fog forecast for Wednesday. So we'll go straight into the temperatures. Once again, towns and cities 11 to 13 degrees. Out in the sticks, you're looking between 6 and 9, quite widely. I'm not going to point out any places in particular because, as you can see there, it is quite widespread that the towns and cities are going to keep hold of that heat, whereas out in the countryside, obviously, the heat can escape. I hear Michael may be back.
I've been back for a while.
No worries, mate. But yeah, Wednesday looks to be a lot clearer. As you can see there, there's some possible flashy boom booms going off there in Scotland. I'll have a look at the Cape. Yeah, there's a smidgen of Cape, but that doesn't mean nothing really, as we know. It's just one ingredient. But the temperatures, as you can see there, have risen again, and possibility of a 26, maybe a 27 in one of the bigger towns and cities, possibly in the south, I would say, along the M4 corridor. You got 26 there just south of London, kind of 25, 26 somewhere like Exeter, 25, like I said again, somewhere west of Birmingham, Dudley, Wolverhampton, up towards Telford maybe, 25 degrees, Vale of York again, down into the Lincolnshire Wolds, Lincolnshire Fens even, 25 degrees as that heat gets stuck in the valleys.
Also, to add as well, with these temperatures shown there, you can still add a degree or two on top of that as well.
I mean, these are the high-res models, but we do say add a degree or two. So you like I say 25, possibly 26, 27 degrees, maybe even a 28. But we'll see what Thursday's got to offer. I'm not going to bother with precip and cloud, but I'll have a look anyway. Them showers scarper quite quickly. There's a bit of a front there, which I'm sure Michael will have a look at shortly. Moving in, some showers there showing across Wales, possibly scattering across the North Pennines. Just these little bubbly clouds here. I think if we go on another frame, we'll see some pop up. But as we can see there, widely into Scotland, 20 degrees. Come further south into northeast England, northwest England, 25, 26 degrees. Cross into Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, looking 26, 27 degrees possible. Once again, somewhere west of the West Midlands, Shropshire, Herefordshire, somewhere like that, could see 27, 28 degrees. And then we've got these spots here like Exeter, 29 possibly. I'm not going to say will happen, but if that's shown there, and as Michael just said, add a degree or two on, you could have 30 or 31 degrees on Thursday.
Yes, and that brings in the next threshold, which might be from around about the 1st of March, it was the end of February where we predicted where we could have it.
So that was it.
So let's have a look back what everyone said on that. Yourself said the 26th of May. Gordon said the 19th of July. I said the 17th of June. And 12th of May is, couldn't get that the 1st of May. So if we don't get it then
that's early. That's early for a lot of us.
Yeah, it's for 30 degrees. It's very early.
Then it'll be the next threshold, is if 40 will be, will
40 degrees be it.
I've said yes, and I predict that we may break the record. I've been quite adamant on this with the gang. I'm quite
he said
adamant,
you're the only one that said will the temperature have hit more than 40 this year.
and I'm quite, like I said, this year is very much like 2020, 2021 with this high pressure just plonked over the top of us or nearby anyway, and giving us the hot temperatures. I think it was 21 or 22. We got that 42. Was it 42 or 40.2? Sorry,
it was 40 point. I think it was either 40.2 or 40.3.
Yeah, in Coningsby. Yeah, that was in 2022, if I remember rightly. We may add a degree onto that. We're seeing these temperatures this early in the season. I mean, it's not unheard of. I mean, I'm going to have a look at the charts.
Going back to question 7, what maximum temperature do you think will be recorded in the UK in 2025? And you said 40.4.
Yep. I do. I think it'll be even more than that. I reckon we could get to 41.
So we just need the right conditions.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. We just need to tap into the southerlies, like a really good southerly, because there's a lot of heat building down there at the moment, which I'm sure Michael will show us shortly on the GFS, on the more wider charts. I've got, if I just share this with you for the 1st of May from Toro, as you can see there, the maximum date temperature for the 1st of May is at 27.4.
That's going to be smashed then.
That's going to be smashed. The possibility is, could Friday get burnt out as well? Could that be another one? That's a lot of scatter on this with the models, which I'm going to come into with possibly the arpege. I'm going to have a look at that in a moment and see what Friday can bring. So I think actually UKV may go into Friday. So yes, it does.
Before you carry on, there's quite a few people come in. We've had our admin James come in, our mod. Who else have I seen? Matthew's come in. Good evening to you, my friend.
Lee
Stevens as well has come in. Good evening to you.
Yeah.
Scrolling back down. Who else have I just seen come in? Michelle Graham, good evening to you. How long is it going to stay for? We'll let you know. Well,
we'll have a look at it, Michelle.
Right now, to be honest.
Another fellow Storm Chase.
Who else has come in?
So yeah, let me come back to the UKV. Let me just roll it back. Share this tab. There we go. Right, so just checking. Yeah, I'm back. So as you can see there, temperatures at 9 o'clock on Thursday are going to be still in the 20s quite widely. That's just ridiculous. I mean, it's the first of, that's Tuesday. Why is that Tuesday? Sorry, my bad. So as I was saying, if I go to Precip and Cloud, see, why does it keep rolling back? Stupid thing. There we go. So that's put my teeth in. Well, I've got left of them. 6 o'clock on Thursday. Well, actually 7 o'clock because that's the UTC time. So yeah, we see that low just moving into the south there. Look, some possible thunderstorms on the front edge of that. I think Thursday could bring not widespread but quite isolated thunderstorms, and could be some, I wouldn't say massive ones, there'll be some big tops on them if there's a cap. Obviously they're going to be capped, but it's not really, that's it. Oh, go away. Sorry about this, guys. Having a moment. As you can see, there is Cape there towards Wales, Ireland, even across Scotland. Obviously, this is 5 days out. The charts are not going to be picking up on it just yet. They are picking up on something for Thursday, but
we'll probably after Tuesday be our best chance to look at this.
I would say Tuesday we might have to do a storm forecast, but we'll come to that if we need to. obviously Michael's working, so it might be me, Liz, or Gordon. Actually, Gordon might do something this week, possibly. Obviously, these thunderstorms will do something. Oh, hello.
All right, I just want to say good night to Food. He's off now. Thank you for coming this evening. He's got his dinner,
Yeah.
so enjoy your dinner.
Take it easy, my friend. So yes, what were we saying about 28.3 to go on the 2nd? That could also get smashed because that's showing 29 there on Thursday, so Friday. Obviously, as Michael said earlier, add a degree or two onto that, looking at 31. So that's 2 days where we could possibly break the heat wave threshold. We need 3 days for it, where the forecast is going to be 25 or more in the north, 27 is it in the Midlands, and 28 in the south. If I remember right, if you could find that, Michael, that would be an help. That would.
Yeah.
Where the thresholds are. But yeah, as I was saying, I'll just quickly bring this tab across. So we want to be looking at these two here. So 1st and 2nd. I don't know. Let me just have a look, because I think the temperature for April is 29.3, 29.4 even. Might that get broken on Tuesday? Sorry, on Wednesday? The day record could. Even the day record for Tuesday as well. It's going to be very, very much. I think there's a possibility the April record could go. If not the day record, which is 26.1. And for May, I don't think the all-time will go on this, because I think it's in the 30s there, or 30.6. Actually, no, 32.8, there we go. 32.8, yeah, 32.8 is the May record. So it'll be close for that. But for Monday, so for Thursday and Friday, there's a possibility that the day records could go into the 30s.
All right, straight off your screen.
Cheers, buddy. There we go. So, yeah, as we were just saying, 25 for much of Northern England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland even. And then it goes to 26 for the likes of Humberside, South Yorkshire, Derbyshire, and then down into the West Midlands. You're looking at 27, and then obviously the home counties and into South London and along the M4 corridor towards Berkshire, I think that is 28.
I think that's more. I think might be Dorset's towards the south.
Yeah, so
above that. So yeah,
Dorset would be in the 26, or would it be in the 27? It would be on the bottom. It'd be there or that. No, Dorset's down there to the bottom, just to the left of Hampshire and Winchester.
Bear in mind, these temperatures got hit for 3 consecutive days. Then it classes a heat wave.
Yeah,
those temperatures got hit for 3 consecutive days.
It's going to be very, very close. I think a heat health watch might go out. Well, it should do. I haven't had one yet, but I do think it will go out. Like I say, 30th will go. Is it 30th? That'll go. The 1st will go and the 2nd will go. In terms of the dates. Let me just go back to Wednesday. So Wednesday's forecast to go to 26. That could go to 28. It's going to be very close on Wednesday if the April record will go. But the May record, not likely to go at this point. Although, like I say, 29 degrees, degree or two on top of that's 31, and it's 32.8 to be. So, yeah. Right, I'm going to quickly go to the arpège and see what they're saying. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. Let me come back to things. So what's something I wanted to share on this? In terms of... Ta-da!
the UKV precipitation.
Yep, which is showing. And I saw this earlier and I did share it with the boss. I didn't want to spoil it for you, Michael, so because I know you don't look at the charts before the thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I'm working Sunday today, I've actually got Friday off, so... But
that could be a day when you're, if Liz is out, go get out chasing. If not, you'll be in the studio.
I'll definitely be in the studio in some form or another. Between obviously my daughter finishing school and her going to bed.
Let me just see if I can zoom up on this. Bear with me a second. There we go. So we're looking at nearly 1,000 joules of energy there in parts of Wales, possibly even up into northern England, northwest England. As that heat's getting cooled off by the easterly wind, I think. Now, there we go. So yeah, there's that to look forward to. That's the strongest hint I've seen so far for thunderstorms on for the end of the week.
Sorry, I'm just going to turn my light on. It's suddenly gone a bit dark.
No, carry on. I'm going to the arpege now anyway. So we'll go as far as Tuesday, because obviously tomorrow's pretty much given now. So that's pretty much the same. Go maximum temp. Oh, it's not showing. It's a bit shady. 23, 24, so 26. Excuse me. Yeah. So look at the temperatures for Wednesday, 26 or 28, possibly 29 on the M4 corridor. Elsewhere, between 22 to 25 degrees, quite widely. See if there's any cape available. Nope. It's a no. Let's go to Thursday. It'll go that far. There we go. And heat building nicely there at 12 o'clock. 27, 28 degrees. There we go. So, yeah, much again in the same spot. So you're looking somewhere like around Liverpool Bay, the Wirral, northern, like the Welsh border there, looking at 25, 26, possibly over towards Manchester. Even places like Bradford, Leeds, possibly Barnsley, Sheffield, Doncaster, 26 degrees. Had a couple of degrees on that, could get 28. But down south, you could knock in on the door of 30 there. So, quite interesting. Is there going to be any precip on that one? Nope. Is there any cape available? There is a little bit. Let's go to 2 meter max. There we go. Ignore the things on the right. Go away. Come on. Them things on my screen. Why is it jumped all the way to Sunday? Oh, I know why. Because I'm an idiot. So yeah, that's the end of Thursday. We're looking at 28 degrees there. Let's quickly have a look at the precip, see if there's any possibly across North Wales, maybe at Cornwall and up in the northeast. Showing there's the pressure destabilizes on the arpege. A little bit of cape available. So yeah. Anything else you want me to take on, Michael, or do you want to take over?
Who's eating? Sorry, can you hear me eating?
I'll quickly just do these actually, because I wanted to share.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure if you can hear me eating on the thing. I'm just eating the waffle. Just waffling on. So yeah, as you can see, this is Dewsbury, which is where I am. See the temperatures tonight, possibly down to 11, and then rising quite smartly there up to 21 degrees possible tomorrow, and then 23 on Tuesday, 23 there on
Wednesday, what was it, 25 there? Hello, GM. 20, sorry, the arpege, 26 possible on Thursday. We don't go any further than that. I'm going to quickly look at Tamworth for Michael. So I'll go away with it.
By the way, it's not like a potato waffle. It's one of those Belgian waffles that we just put in squares.
Disgustingly good they are. Tomorrow, 22 degrees possible. And then cooling, you got 23 there possible. 23.7 on Tuesday with the GM. That's one to look at as well, Michael, GM, because that's keeping it going a little bit. 24 is possible. There you go, 24.6. And then Thursday, 26 possible with the GEM. Go further. Let's have a look. 26. So let's have a look at Blackpool, just in case the gaffer's watching.
That'd be interesting. If I'm working in the freezer on Thursday, walking out from -20 to +27 is going to be a bloody big 46.
47. So 22 there on Tuesday for Blackpool. 22 again. And 22 again. So it's going to be quite widespread warmth.
Widespreadly.
A little bit of how many comments have gone? Heck. Oh, there they are. They're back. Hello, comments. Hello, comments. In a moment. So, yeah. Possibility of a fundry breakdown towards the weekend. Next weekend, towards Thursday and Friday. I'll let Michael finish off munching his waffle. If that's the case.
I'm all ready.
Oh, he's all ready. Let's have a quick look at this one. This is the icon, so it don't really matter anyway. Go on, carry on, mate. Carry on. I'll stop sharing.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
It's much the sameness. I'll stop sharing. Hello.
Yep. It's all right. In the last month or so, StreamYard have just like changed a few little things. So when you used to come off the screen share, we used to pop back on again, but for some reason it's stopped doing that now. So that's why I need to add us back in again when we're swapping screens. So hello. And
hi.
Hello. So yeah, we're going to look at the human interpretation of the pressure charts. This is from the Met Office, and this is as of, well, normally it updates to. Let's refresh that. Normally it updates to 8. There it has. It's been updated now. 18Z. So we've got high pressure towards the south and southeast. We've got these weather fronts up towards Scotland and the western areas of the UK. Let's bring that forward now. And what you'll see, there's weather fronts get deflected away from the UK. High pressure takes full control, centered just off the northwest coast of maybe Belgium, maybe Holland as well. So in this flow, we've got winds coming from back east to southeasterly, really. Very slack, as we can see, and high pressure in control through into Tuesday as well. And also into Wednesday, there could be a weather front just clipping the far northwest of Scotland. And it's still high pressure remains in control even into Thursday. This has that come down from the north? Yes. So this weather front here is pushing southwards across the UK with the Met Office on Thursday.
So that's
that be the trigger that could give a few storms. And potentially as well in this setup, once that clears through, it's going to introduce the cooler air and we'll start to lose that warmth. But one thing to watch as well is this weather front developing over towards Normandy as well, which looks like it's pushing northwards. So
it'll be a battle between them two, won't it?
Excuse me, yes. The high pressure is... Sorry, I had a silent burp there.
It's all right, mate.
With this as well, high pressure starts to retrogress, as Gav would say, towards the west, centre just to the west of Ireland. And this will start to introduce more of a northwesterly by the time we get to Thursday. But we'll have a look at how the GFS and the ECM are looking at the same time, see if they're in agreement. I've got the ECMWF ready and stand by after we'll look at the latest GFS. Dude, my voice nearly went then. The latest GFS.
The latest GFS brought to you by the ECMWF.
Let's take a look at the sea level pressure charts from the GFS 12Z run from today. Again, this is showing high pressure centered towards the southeast of the UK. Bring that forward, and that high pressure starts to establish itself across the UK, deflecting any weather fronts away. Going into Wednesday, we've got a low pressure over Iceland and one just off the Iberian coast. We're still in this southeast to easterly wind flow here into Wednesday. And that has low pressure literally toppling over the top of Scotland there. This could produce that weather front moving southwards as well through Thursday. But at the same time, we've got that low pressure trying to move up from the south, but at high pressure, like we saw the Met Office run, there's got that high pressure starting to move westwards across the UK. So actually looking back there, I'm not sure if that weather front is actually crossing the country through there. But if it does, it's going to squeeze out that weather front and...
Excuse me.
Looking at this GFS, it doesn't seem like we've got anything there which is a little more high pressure, so anything will be decreasing and rising, including up to the weekend there before the winds start to change more to northerly as we head into the weekend. We've still got that.
Coming off the continent, though, aren't they? Albeit returning.
Yeah, they still keep. Looks like the weather fronts are trying to move up from the south, actually, going to sun as the pressure is increasing and the winds start picking up. So looking at that, we'll look in a second. Any rain could be towards the M4 corridor southwards at this stage. And further northwest you are, the dry will be. I'll take this through to Wednesday next week. Obviously, next Monday is a bank holiday. And we've still got that battle there between high pressure towards the northwest and low pressure towards the southeast. That could bring some heavy rain towards southern counties there, maybe for bank holiday Monday.
Yeah.
Quite heavy as well. We'll have a look at the upper airs in just a second. And
I'm going to say towards the end of
a bit of destabilisation maybe towards the east. But high pressure is trying to hang on for dear life there towards the west.
It's trying to go for another push again, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? We're here now. Let's have a look. It's got high pressure building up towards the southeast again. So that'll bring up another southerly push. It's got low pressure towards northwest. So that keeps us under mostly high pressure there.
No low there, look.
So that comes up there. If there's heat building, we'll have a look at the upper airs. Do you know what? Let's have a look at the upper airs throughout.
Yeah.
We've got this far now. We might as well just carry on. So let's have a look at the upper airs. So I'll just say goodbye to you. I'll need to sort this advert at some point.
Started sneaking through mine as well.
That's sticking there, so let's bring that forward through to now. We can start seeing those upper air temperatures start to rise through this week. Then we're going to Tuesday into Wednesday. We're going to see the plus 10 getting in. It just stays offshore, actually, maybe clipping the far southwest of the UK.
I reckon that could be the trigger that gets any thunderstorms going, is that plus 10.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we've got cooler air moving into Scotland there Thursday. That 10-degree excuse me. That 10-degree isotherm does get into southern counties of England through into Thursday. At the same time, we've got that cooler air moving towards northern England. We've got the plus 10 and plus 10 and 5 there. So a bit of definitely like a little battle going on there between the warm and cold.
Interesting.
So let's have a look what happens here. I've got warm air just towards the south, cooler air towards the north. And also the cooler air does win off for a time. That high pressure sat towards the northwest of the UK.
So it wouldn't be overly cold though.
No,
So
probably back to mid-teens, back to normal.
Yeah.
Then we start to see that high pressure build again towards the east of the country. And how much of this warm air comes up? Does that keep that 10? That plus 10 actually starts moving in towards southern areas.
Goes in quite widely there.
Yeah, it comes across many areas. And obviously with that destabilisation towards the west, there's that potential. So let's have a look at the Cape and Lifted, actually, while we're here.
I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just thinking like towards the middle of dangerous territory now. If we get towards the middle of next week, obviously high pressure is quite stubborn to move, isn't it? Once it gets established. I'm thinking if it gets established over us, it's going to be very stubborn to move because that air is going to be so compressed with the heat as well. It's going to be very hard for anything to knock it, if you know what I mean. It's going to take some, like you can see there with the Cape.
That's for Wednesday, and there's quite a lot of Cape towards Normandy into France there for Wednesday.
Some nice offshore flashy boom booms there.
And there's that risk there, obviously, that weather from maybe coming into northwestern areas. There could be something there. We'll have a look. A second, let's go overnight into Thursday. And this is where we start seeing maybe a few potentials there for storms. And already we're seeing a -2 already down towards perhaps Dartmoor.
About 600 joules. Ooh, hello. Nearly up to 1,000 there.
And obviously through a day Thursday. And we start to hint there's a few orange there, up to about 1,100 kilojoules of energy. So at this stage, you'll think potentially there for parts of Wales, the Midlands into Lincolnshire, Norfolk.
Question is, are they capped?
Yeah. And there's that, and I don't think the Met Office did show that weather front that close to the UK, so we need to have a look close to the time. So there's potential there.
That's what I was saying, I'm thinking. Because the GFS is a lower resolution model, it doesn't really pick up on little subtleties like the UKV or the arpège do with the heat hanging about. Anyway.
I'm going to have a look at the model that I've shown. I'm going to have a look at the thing I've shown at the start with the temperatures, because I can actually switch between the models actually with that one with the Cape. So we'll take a look at that in just a few moments after I looked at the ECMWF from Weather Central. So Friday it's not showing really any Cape there at all. I'm just going to run this through because it's interesting for the back end of this chart. If it was to come off, obviously, there's nothing there through the early parts into next week, or through the whole part of next week. But we'll start seeing that southerly flow towards the back end of that chart.
Yeah. That's just far away. Oh, towards the south, though.
So that's 2 weeks' time. That would be interesting if that was to come off there.
Definitely.
There's a few hints there for far north of England, Scotland. So hopefully, if that's to come off, that'll be very interesting there. But obviously, that's a lot. That's in the fantasy land of this.
Yeah, that's way beyond the realms of thunderstorm forecasting, especially for us. 3 days.
Have a look at the temperatures. Go through to tomorrow. Quickly rattle through these. So again, temperatures high teens, low 20s across much of the UK, away from northwest Scotland. Into Tuesday, as Paul's already mentioned, these temperatures will start increasing day by day. Probably looking around about 22, 23 for parts of northern England, well, through much of England and Wales, really. Perhaps into the high teens across up to Scotland, maybe 23, maybe 24 towards northeast Scotland. Wednesday, again, temperatures widely into the 20s, maybe peaking around about 25, 26. And even onto Thursday, you could see temperatures up to around about the mid-20s, so 25, 26 is possible, away from northwest Scotland, where temperatures is about as depressing as the local government. I don't know. I'm not going to get into politics right now, so I'll shut my mouth. So, yeah, potentially there for 27, maybe 28 on Thursday, into Friday as well. And this has...
So that's getting rid of it, isn't it?
Yeah, with this GFS, I wonder if that brings that cooler air down, that maybe that cold front, weakening cold front, maybe. Maybe that's why it's showing no Cape there for Friday. So this is showing, if anything, any potential for Thursday, if there was any thunderstorms.
Yeah.
So quickly run back through the back end of these charts. So temperatures again, high teens, low 20s. And cooler there for next Sunday, maybe mid-teens. So obviously got to be more cloud around. But I just want to have a look at the back end of this charts where we get that southerly flow, because I think that's going to bring in a lot of warmth, maybe into the mid to high 20s, maybe.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're in the fantasy lands.
Way into dreamland there.
So that's something from the Sunday onwards.
At least 2 to 3 degrees on them. Ooh,
yeah, so look at perhaps what we are now.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what the pub run gives us. Probably 35 degrees and supercells.
Could be anything with that.
In the
so
UK.
I'm just going to quickly go straight over to the ECM WF. So this is the ECM WF 12Z run. So obviously that is for now. Can I use cover off? Yes. So high pressure, like the other charts are showing, towards the south and southeast. Into tomorrow, high pressure starts to move in from the east, bringing this east to southeasterly flow. Wednesday as well, high pressure across the UK. Into Thursday, that high pressure starts to centre itself off to the west of Ireland. Low pressure towards north of Scotland. That's not really bringing that system there from the southwest, actually, so that keeps that at bay. And into Friday, high pressure still across the UK.
It's not even bringing that front in until Saturday, is it really?
It's not really bringing anything through, actually. High pressure still sat towards the northwest of the UK. There could be a bit cooler air coming across.
I say some quite warm uppers there on that Saturday one. Even there on that Sunday, there's still some quite warm uppers.
Yeah, and high pressure still in charge.
And that's the 500.
And also as well, maybe towards this time next week, there could be some destabilization towards the far southwest there with this low pressure towards the Atlantic. Monday the 5th, as that high pressure moves up towards Iceland. Could be probably a little bit cooler with that northerly flow there. Could be a bit more cloud coming down that northerly flow. Still got low pressure out towards the southwest. Even into Tuesday, still got high pressure set towards northwest. But it's virtually high pressure dominated with this.
It is.
And into Wednesday as well, high pressure up towards the west of Iceland. I mean, a bit of a northerly flow, but hopefully there isn't too much cloud in that. So it's staying mainly dry. And while I'm at the ECMWF, I might as well just go on to what we normally look at, the weekly anomaly charts.
I've just been having a look at the monthly anomalies as well. So quite interesting for me anyway. But yeah, carry on, mate.
Back, is that on the screen?
Yes.
Yep. So this is from the 28th of April to the 5th of May. And as you can see, high pressure out in the Atlantic, right across the UK, low pressure set towards the west of Iberia. So in this flow with high pressure, as we can see, what we've seen on the charts, eventually it's going to start moving westwards towards the west of Ireland. So that'll be a bit of a northwesterly flow on this kind of setup. But obviously it's in a transitional from moving the high pressure from east to west, which is against the grain that we'll normally see. The 5th of May to the 12th of May has lower pressure across virtually the whole of Western and Central Europe, really. So in this flow, we're talking, again, probably like a northwest northerly flow. The 12th to the 19th of May, again, signal's getting weaker, but low pressure centered towards the east. And with this, perhaps a north to northeasterly flow. 19th to 26th has low pressure across the UK. That'll bring more of a southwesterly flow. 26th to 2nd, there's absolutely no clear signal at all. As well as the 2nd to the 9th of June. Precipitation with these same charts. No surprise, high pressure on the top of the UK. We're looking drier than average. Don't want to keep going up here if I can just click here. 5th of May to the 12th of May, we're looking average to slightly drier than average towards the south, perhaps slightly wetter than average towards Scotland. The 12th of May to the 19th of May, we're looking around about average to slightly wetter than one or two little places. The 19th of May to 26th with low pressure over the UK set towards our south west, looking at slightly wetter than average, and no clear signal after the 26th and the 2nd of June. And finally, on these charts, looking at the 2 meter temperatures.
I was just looking at the monthly anomalies for that, but they're irrelevant at the moment, so it's all right.
Yeah. The 28th of April to the 5th of May, we're looking around about 6 to 10 degrees above average. So we're, 3 to 6 degrees above average. Look at the wrong one then.
All right.
The 6th of May through to the 12th of May, we're looking around about average to perhaps slightly above average. Then 12th of May to the 19th of May, we're looking around about a degree to around about 3 degrees above average. The 19th to 26th, we're looking the same, about a degree to 3 degrees above average. And going forward, still the same again, just slightly above average. And above average again through that.
All good.
Right. I'm going to move the server to where we started off with. Have a look at the Cape for Thursday.
Cool. Ooh.
So this is from the GFS model actually of Cape. This is for Cape at 4 o'clock on Thursday at this stage. So we're looking around about 1,000 kilojoules across central England, really. South Midlands to perhaps the far east of Wales. The lifting index. So we're looking around about -4, -5, quite widely, really.
It's quite good.
Yeah, let's go
for
back
getting them clouds up.
Let's have a look at the ECMWF, see what that shows. So the Cape, the ECMWF has it further southeast actually on Thursday. Does that, let's have a look for Friday actually, see if there's anything for Friday. No, it's mainly for the south. So ECM keeps the Cape towards the far southeast, is not as much as we've seen on the GFS. tonight. Show me the lifting on there. Let's have a look. What's that one there? KMA. Is that the cream model, maybe?
Korean one, yeah.
That's completely on a tangent there, is it?
It is. Throwing it all on Yorkshire and Lincolnshire and into the Midlands.
So I've got the Met Office, actually.
The Met Office should be the better one. 'Cause he'll know the terrain better.
Let's bring that forward to for 4 o'clock.
Says 1 o'clock.
So let's start that from 4 o'clock and hopefully should play it.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps a little bit of potential there for Wales, actually.
Mm.
It's going through into Wednesday. One going further than Friday morning.
Boo. Yeah, Thursdays, there's potential there.
Yeah, somebody obviously going to keep a close eye on close to the time.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back onto automatic, which will bring it to the GFS.
Yeah.
So back to
we should know better by Tuesday in terms of where there's the likelihood of storms to be. I mean, at the moment, it's quite a good indication for the Midlands, Wales, along the M4 corridor kind of area. And then that all moves a bit further north for the northwest as well on Friday.
Right, I'm just going to zoom this out and have a look at the latest radar, see if there's any stormage across Europe as we speak. Precipitation. Just still trying to get used to these charts. They normally show the latest thunderstorms. Well, not be any thunderstorms right now before we know. There we go. Something towards, I think, is that Morocco up there? I can't remember. Algeria?
Egypt.
No, Egypt's the other side. Egypt's over here. Cara.
Oh, yeah, so my bad.
Tunisia. There's Tunisia there, so I think it's Tunisia.
Yeah, Algiers is Algeria.
So I think that's Morocco there. I think this might be Algeria.
That is Algeria, and then you've got Tunisia, Tripoli. Did you say Tripoli there? I don't know.
So there's a few thunderstorms there in Sardinia. It looks like these are just perhaps normal showers across towards the Alps as we speak. Good thing is, can I zoom into one of these? So there could be a cell there in the distance there. Obviously, it's night time across these areas.
Was we going to look at the American?
Yeah.
Stuff? It's hit or miss today, but tomorrow is looking very, what's the word? Tasty.
Yeah, I'm just going to check and see if there's any of these webcams facing the storms. No, it's far too dark to see. There could be something there. So this will be interesting to look at when there's big storm action across Europe. We can zoom into the cameras then. So there's that rain over towards northwest of Scotland, which is obviously going to start getting pushed away with this high pressure. Right. What's going on in the comments? What's the weather like for the Canary Islands? I'm off there soon. Oh, let's make our way towards the Canary Islands before we move on. Let's have a look at the air pressure. So this is the Icon model, which is its generic run, really. Have we got the... No, we haven't got the Spanish Met on there.
No, Icon's German.
Let's turn the weather fronts on. Continue playing that. Actually, I can. While I do actually, after looking through this, we can have a look, see if there's any of those weather fronts heading towards the UK for Thursday. So when do you actually go? Who was it that mentioned that? Matthew. When do you actually go, Matthew? Sounds like there's a call from coming through down into Tuesday.
Don't mind me. I was having a look at the charts for tomorrow in America. Oh,
Yeah, well, look at them. Just which will be the next thing to look at. Excuse me.
Donking hail risk.
The 12th of May. Okay, we're a bit close to the time.
Yeah, if you remind us next week, we'll have a look then, because it's a bit too far to be guessing anything. Still 2 weeks away.
So I'm going to look at this icon, see where it's put these weather fronts actually. So let's see what it does for Thursday. So where we now into Wednesday, Paul. So we've got that call from towards northwest of Scotland. There's that. So what happens here then? So also we've got that cold front moving to northern England. It kind of dies a death, really. And we've got that weather front strung across the English Channel there temporarily for Friday. Yeah, so even with Icon, actually, it keeps high pressure in charge of the UK through into next Sunday. I think it's time to make our way
Across the pond.
What's the pond? I've got that on there. Share this tab. And yes, we're looking at some big potential here for tomorrow. So this is for today. So let's get the right tab up.
Yeah, it's on. It's the SPC.
So we've got a slight risk there affecting just over 2 million people. For the likes of the larger cities, including Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Midland, Odessa, and Rapid City, South Dakota. So these are at risk at the moment. So, in summary, isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms are possible mainly this evening into the early Monday morning across parts of the Great Plains. Large hail to very large hail, severe gusts, and a few tornadoes are possible. So there's that risk there for these areas. But the main thing we want to take a look at is tomorrow. Because
I've just been looking at it myself.
So tomorrow. So there's actually a moderate risk out for tomorrow in the scale of things. That's at 4 out of 5, like on the severe list, really. So obviously the next stage up is high. So the population in the moderate risk is over 5 million, nearly 5.5 million people. So the large populations in this is the likes of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester, Bloomington, and Plymouth in Minnesota. Then in the enhanced risk around this, it's just over 9 million people. So the likes of Kansas City, Omaha, Madison, Des Moines, and Rockford in Illinois. Then the slight risk got over nearly 21 million people for the likes of Chicago, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Wichita. And obviously in the marginal is another 9 million. So likes of St. Louis, Lubbock, Grand Rapids, Springfield, Missouri, and Springfield, Illinois.
So
So
we've just walked send it up.
say again.
I says, I think we've just walked send it up.
Just trying to work out. There's 1434. So probably talking about 44 million people.
44, yeah.
All these risks here. That's
I was
not
gonna say-
including the lighter greens. So these are in the marginal slight, enhanced, or moderate.
Send it. Wait till you see the next bit of this. If you go to the tornado part of it, Michael, at the top, you'll see where the hatched area is. If you go back, scroll back up, and go to tornado rather than categorical.
That's going to hail.
Yeah.
We're going to leave it to last.
That's what I was going to look at, actually.
So the hail risk is in the, what's that, 30, at least 30%
Yeah,
hail probability.
2 inches or more. Well, 1 inch on this one, but when I looked on the tornado one, it was saying more than 2 inch. On there, look on that hatched area.
So probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point, a hatched area, 10% risk of greater probability. EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within a 25-mile point. So in this area here, there's potential for some huge, well, probably at least an EF2 to EF5, so 10% chance.
What was I looking at then? Sorry, I'm just having a blob to myself. Yeah. Wind, hail, yes. So hail ones, 10% probability of 2 inch diameter hail up within 25 miles of a point.
I'm going to sneeze, just bear with me.
Achoo.
There we are. This is not to be sneezed at. So obviously there's a real big threat tomorrow. So I'll be on Ryan. You're watching that tomorrow evening. So huge risk there. Well, 4 out of 5 warning wise. We are talking some impacts will be like. There's a good chance of big impacts. Could potentially make the news. It could be that severe. Just bring that back. Day 3. There's an enhanced risk for day 3, so that'll be on Tuesday. So there'll be 11.5 million people in this enhanced area up towards the northeast here. So the large population include Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Rochester, and Akron. In the slides, we've got cities of Detroit, Indianapolis, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and St. Louis. And in the marginal, Fort Worth, Nashville, Grand Rapids, Little Rock, and Amarillo. Combine those totals together, we are talking around nearly 65 million people in this marginal to the enhanced, but still been 3 days away. This could get upgraded, but we shall see it in the next 24 hours.
Indeed. So yeah, tomorrow definitely worth watching in terms of over in Yankee Doodle Dandy Land with our cousins.
Let's have a look at the day 4 too. Day 4 to day 8. So day 4, there's like a little potential there, but obviously it's too early to say yet. So there's a 15% chance of. Is that going to? I can't pause this. Yes, I can.
Probability too low, it says.
Yeah. So day 4, there's still this little area here.
And Texas.
There's a 15% chance. So obviously it could get updated in the next 24 to 48 hours. So there's a little potential there. How severe we don't know as yet until literally confirms.
Cool. So I think for us, our severe weather might be on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, the main thing, I'll just go back. Let's go back. Is that on the screen? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Right, what I should do, bring that back to radar. I'm going to zoom. Sorry, I'm just going back to the one of the what sounds I was looking at. Let's go across over to America and get the latest up. So that's the latest across the United States as we speak. There's someone just after some win there. Definitely wasn't me. So we've got some thunderstorms around Memphis at the moment. Actually, let's use the webcams. Let's have a look, see if there's any webcams around this area. So there's a nice thunderstorm around Memphis as we speak. Oh, don't say there's no webcams around here.
There ain't.
Oh.
Boom.
So again, this is an interesting thing to come up to have a look at. Actually, it was more towards the west, isn't it?
Tomorrow will be. It'll be more right through the middle.
So it could be with this associate, this here.
And that gets affected off the Rockies.
Oh, there's a flash down towards Jacksonville. Keeping you up.
Just a bit. I've been up since 5. I don't
Me
know
too.
why. But
Well, 4 actually.
I know you've worked there. I haven't.
Why is it where there's storms nearby? There's no cameras in this area. Hang on, what's that in the middle of the sea? More must be an oil platform. That'll be interesting. Actually, this will be good to look at during hurricane season.
There's another one down there just near where it says webcams as well. If you go, there's quite a few there actually. Up one there towards Louisiana. Well, sorry, not Louisiana. Is it Tennessee? There's another one out in the Gulf as well. There you go. Down there where it says webcams. There you go. Near Tampa.
Oh, it doesn't look beautiful there.
Oh, that's what Scarborough will look like tomorrow.
But not as warm. Oh, why could it be more thunderstorms on camera? That would have been nice to see, wouldn't it?
It would. Hey, we might see us all.
At least we know where to go. Oh, hello. Some of these are like they've just started to strike off. Oh, hello. We've got a few webcams right here. Let's fingers crossed.
We've distracted Michael.
Oh, you are joking. You are joking.
I think on that note, Michael, Odell says, not as good as a clear evening along Blackpool Promenade of a warm evening. Does that involve the golden whiff of the Sweet Mary Jane along the Blackpool Promenade? Because I was there a few weeks back and it stunk to high heaven.
So we've got a webcam there, but unless it's in this area here,
I would say so. It looks like it's got some updraft on that.
So we've got some...
the devil's lettuce. Yeah, exactly. Audio.
I think I'm going off on a tangent here, aren't I?
Yeah. I was going to say the same.
Oh, hello.
That's a picture I could get carried away with 19 minutes ago.
That looks interesting across there, Paul.
See, punching up there, look. You see where it's punching up?
Yeah, you can see.
The milkiness. See, going straight up.
Yeah, you can actually see the...
Rotating. Well, not rotating, but like punching through the the milkiness
Yeah, you can definitely see the
wall on it.
I was going to say the tower of the cloud, really.
Yeah. It's feeder line.
Let's put the radar back
Getting
on.
carried away on a tangent here.
Oh yeah, let's stop sharing there.
Yeah, we're getting away on a tangent. I'm sure.
I was back on the screen. There we go.
Cool.
I think
Yeah,
we'll probably end it around about.
in the comment. Laura says that she can't make it, but says hello to everyone. That's from PJ, I think. It was from, might be from Steffi, actually. I can't remember. Yeah, and good luck with your revision as well. Send it.
I'm just going to put the banner up.
You might have a job at Weather Fans soon enough.
So obviously, I know Gav's. I normally have the Gav thing come up of the banner, but obviously I don't know when he's doing his live, so I just need to update
I think it might be doing on Wednesday. It was on his latest video. He mentioned it, but I think he said Wednesday he might be doing one. But I think it just depends on his shifts where he's working. Obviously, he's working today.
Right.
Cool.
Let's
So,
put it off there.
Yeah. I was going to say, if there is any thunderstorms this week, we try and go live.
Yes.
My way.
If it's like a single pop-up, then we won't be going live. If it's with a chance, we could go live Thursday evening time. But obviously, we keep updated on our Facebook page. I no doubt if we do go live here on Facebook, you should get a notification up. In my case, I seem to get on my phone like on Wednesday, which is no good, about 4 days after the event.
Exactly.
That's happened before. If I can pop up a notification on Wednesday saying we're live. No, we're not. Not work.
I know. It's crazy. That's YouTube for you, though, isn't it? And Facebook. I don't even bother with Facebook. I'm just like taking a break from it. I'm quite glad of. But yes, excellent. I was that last weekend. Yeah, cool. Steph says, thanks for a lovely live stream from both of you. Thank you. Have a good week. Looking for Cape, and we'll wait for that, Steffi, because we haven't getting a bit. I think the spirit of the council gardeners will be involved this week. Thank you very much, Audio. They will be out in force, probably sending dust up into the air and whatever other particulates. We'll be round here anyway, because live next to the main road.
Thank you for everyone that's get my teeth in. Thank you for everyone that's watched this evening. The likes of Matthew, Paul, James, our mod, and James as well.
Yep. Thank you.
Rachel, who else has been in this evening? Anne, Audio Coffee, and obviously our Steffi as well, which I'll come to in a second. And also thank you to Send It as well. Thank you so much for joining this evening.
If there's any storms go off this week, send it. I might let you know. You're only down the road from me, so I think probably see a storm chase at some point.
Hopefully, it's normally have April showers, but not really had them enough with this year so far.
No, it's been. It'll be interesting to see the stats next week as well.
Yes, because they'll be coming out.
Thursday, Friday.
Probably Friday, actually.
Hmm.
Get the provisional probably about Wednesday, Thursday. Then we should get the stats either Friday or definitely by next Monday.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, thank you all for watching. On behalf of myself and Paul.
Hi.
So we'll just keep an eye on our social on Facebook. If there's any storm potential, should do an update on there. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of this Sunday, and we shall see you next week from 8 p.m.
Toodles.
So, good night to you all. Thanks for watching.
Night for me.
Bye bye.
Bye.